Hi guys, Captain Off today. We're gonna talk about Ant-Man and Wasp, but before we do that, we're gonna talk about Ocean's 8, the little small hit bits or the little small fun bits that I forgot to mention about the movie. So I forgot to mention about the chick with the pink outfit. She basically vomited in the movie because our main protagonist in that movie, or in the movie I'm talking about now, Ocean's 8 a bit, she basically put in vomiting liquid into the food. Specifically of her food, I suppose. Specifically of the pink chick's, the pink outfit chick's dress. Yeah, basically the Shendis or diva person in the movie. Yeah, basically the diva person in the movie anyway. But anyway, she was vomiting in the toilet and she was like, ah! And I was laughing my ass off before she went into the toilet. I was laughing my ass off. I'm like, ah! Here you get, you bastard. Because I was laughing because I enjoyed that part, because up until then in the movie... Sorry, I need to drink a bit. Anyway, up until then, she was basically a bit of a... Not a jerk, but more of a... what should we say? More of that person that I like, oh, I'm beautiful, I'm perfect. That kind of person. Pretentious. Kind of a pretentious person, kind of a self-centered person, we could say. But she wanted to have friends, and she is a good person now in the movie. In the end of the movie, or during in the middle, she was, she actually knew everyone because she doesn't forget a person's face. And she lied to the detective, I forgot to mention that. Oh, secondly, I forgot to mention the French bodyguards. One of them was actually protecting the Pope, the Spanish Pope, in the movies, in the movie story, or in the movie universe. He was basically protected the Pope from anything. I'm serious. He protected generations of the Pope, or the person that's the Papa or the Pope anyway, and he didn't fail on that. But he failed at protecting an object that doesn't move on its own. He protected a person just fine, but he couldn't protect jewels. He couldn't protect a necklace. And the detective actually called them out on that. Like, why could you not go into the bathroom? And they're like, another woman actually, they said, another woman, I think it was they said to him, sorry, 2 seconds, need to drink again. Perfect. Another woman, they said that another woman basically like, no, you cannot go in there, it's a woman's bathroom. And they're like, okay, whatever. They're pretty much idiots. They are idiots. Anyway, that was the funny bits that I wanted to talk about Ocean's 8. So now we're gonna go into Ant-Man, thank you. Anyway, Ant-Man and Wasp. I really enjoyed that movie. It was funny, had some funny moments, and it actually continued from the first movie, where it left off. And our main protagonist, Ant-Man, played around with his daughter, and he had police. It's basically similar to Ocean's 8, except he has damn it. 2 seconds. Perfect. He had police arrest, we could say. Police arrest in his house. He couldn't leave his house. If he lived 5 meters from his house, the cops would come and basically put him back in the house again. Basically, yeah. Or basically the SWAT force of the Marvel universe, I don't know. Anyway, they actually referenced, if I remember, yeah, in the movie they referenced actually that S.H.I.E.L.D. was disbanded and that Hydra was disbanded. Anyway, I really enjoyed the cinematography of the movie, the action. And one of the funniest joke was the daughter said, you know, I love you, Dad, but you get the trophy. This was the only trophy left, the grandmother trophy. And he's like, yeah, I love you, daughter, I really do. Should I stick some socks to you or do some... He was playing as a grandma. He was saying the same thing, like, he was saying, should I stitch you a little t-shirt or something? Because I'm like your little best, I'm the best grandma in the world, kinda. Because she wanted to give him a prize or something. Sorry, 2 seconds. Anyway, he was really happy about the trophy. He was really happy about the compassion about his daughter. So that's nice. Yay! Plus for the best dad in the world, which is Ant-Man in this case. But anyway, he was basically like, should I stitch you a little, you know, the thing I said before, a little, some socks, stitch you some socks or something. And she's like, yeah, I wanted to give you a trophy, but the only trophy that was left was the grandmother trophy. And it's like, I will be the best grandma in the world for you. That was really cute, actually. That was really cute. That was actually really cute. Anyway, during the movie it was really funny, and then he realized when he was talking with Hank Pym, the old scientist guy in the main protagonist, or the kind of main protagonist in the comics. And we actually get a recap of what happened with Ant-Man, the original Ant-Man, which is Hank Pym, and his wife, actually, Janet Van Dyne. And she died, and she stayed in the cosmic, she was presumed to be dead in the molecular, in the microscopic, in the molecular, I don't know how to pronounce that, but in the small particle universe. Basically small particle universe that exists in our world, kinda. Subatomic universe. Yeah, subatomic universe, I got it. Now I got it. Anyway, subatomic universe. So she was presumed to be dead, but the father says no, she's not, and we will find her. And he actually came back from a mission back in the day when our main protagonist's love interest, which is the daughter of Hank Pym, which is the new Wasp in the movie. I really like the outfits and the design and the fighting. I really like the fighting when the Wasp was like, yeah, you don't want to give us the money? You don't want to give us the resource we need? And he's like, no, I will not give it to you. You should give me the money and then you should go. And she's like, no, I'm beating the shit out of you. And then actually I really liked one of the funny jokes. Sorry. And then she basically beat the crap out of every goddamn person that they did a deal with for money. For the... what was it again? Oh yeah. For the science... the piece that they needed to basically save the mother of our main protagonist's love interest Wasp, basically. They needed a science piece. They needed a chip. They needed a big chip thing for the father to put in the machine to fix and to help to find his wife in the microscopic universe. Anyway. So basically Wasp beats the shit out of everyone, and Hank Pym says, oh, you know that I installed those stingers into your suit? And he's like, what? You did? Seriously, what the fuck? Sorry, I hope you enjoy, but basically Hank Pym is basically like, or Ant-Man, oh shit, I forgot his name. His name is the easiest name to remember, why did I forget? Anyway, Ant-Man basically said, what? Are you serious? You installed that on me? And he's like, you didn't want it. You didn't ask. Hank Pym basically said, you didn't want it, you didn't ask. And he's like, what? No, that's cool, I should have had that. And he's like, no, I gave it to my daughter. My daughter liked me. My daughter wanted it and she asked for it, so I gave it to her. And he's like, oh, damn it. I think Hank Pym was like, or I think Ant-Man was like this. Oh, damn it, I wanted that too. I wanted that, basically. Actually, I wanted that as well if I was a superpower. If I was a superhero, I wanted that gadget. Basically sap people to the... Oh! They were basically sapped and like, oh, I'm knocked out. And Wasp basically did a whole fighting scene in the kitchen. In the restaurant, which was the same area. When our main villain in the story, I forgot to mention that again. Or I forgot to mention it. Hope you enjoyed the video anyway. Sorry for talking around a lot in the movie, but... there were some really funny things in this movie, Ant-Man and Wasp. In the Ant-Man and Wasp case, I give it 10 out of 10, no questions asked. Anyway, they give some reference to spoiler warning later. I will tell it later in the movie. Later in the review. Let's see if there's some water. Yes, I still have. I will tell it later in the review anyway. But anyway, they basically fight them and they almost get the bag, and then the new villain shows up. Ghost. And she basically shows up with some form of military gear. She basically looks like a cross between Assassin's Creed character and Solid Snake and what was it? Another sneaky guy in video games. What was it? Yeah, it was another guy with 3 goggles. Anyway, she had 3 red goggles with a mask. And she basically beat the crap out of Wasp almost got away with the chip. And then the gangster got away with it, almost. Oh, I forgot to mention. The Wasp has actually the throwing discs that basically throws like this. She had basically the throwing disc that Ant-Man had in the first movie. Actually, I watched the first movie and I think I did a review on it. If I didn't, I will do a review on that one as well. But anyway, they did some references to the Sokovia Accord as well in the movie. And he also did a reference to the German airport where Ant-Man was in, I think it was Captain America Civil War. Yeah, that movie as well. He did a reference to that one as well. And that's, oh, I forgot to mention, that's why he is in house arrest. Because he fucking destroyed half a airport, a German airport, because of stupid fighting. I'm serious, they fight it like stupid. But it was a cool movie, it was a cool action, I really watched that one. I enjoyed that movie as well. I enjoy more of the more. I actually enjoy most... Sorry, my throat. Need to eat some fruit. Alright, now I'm better. Anyway, I really enjoyed the Marvel movies, they're really fun. In my opinion. In my opinion, they're really fun. Anyway, actually I'm not so sick now. Weird. Anyway, the movie was really funny, really enjoyable, and they did some references to Baba Yaga. And the action scene with Wasp in the kitchen, really funny. He was like, "No, you're not escaping, thief. You're not escaping with the ship thing that we need, or basically the MacGuffin. Basically the MacGuffin. You're not escaping with the important item we need." And he's like, "How are you gonna stop me?" And they're like, "Salt." And he's like, "What?" And then she basically made how should we say this? Here's a small salt thing, and she made it like this, a large block door. And he's like, boom. He's like, boing, my head. He's like, boom, right in his head. And then they beat the crap out of him, and she gets small size, and she even jumps on a damn knife like this. She jumps and then poof, kicks the guy in the face, burn a guy in the hand, or she basically makes a guy burn in a barbecue or on a barbecue face. Sorry, basically Wasp, now I remember the name, but basically Wasp burned she basically burned one of the henchmen, and it was a really cool action. Ant-Man became a giant whale, like a giant whale, when he tried to get the lab again from the villains. There were like 3 villains in this movie, or no, 2 villains. But anyway, I really enjoyed the movie. It was really funny. It had some funny moments. It had some touching moments as well. Touching, loving moments. And the daughter, actually, our main protagonist's daughter, Ant-Man's daughter, got jealous. She wanted to be a superhero too. She wanted to be his sidekick. But unfortunately she cannot. Because she's like 5 or 10. Impossible. With everything that happened in the movie, I think child support would basically not let him even touch her for months if he decided to have her as a sidekick. But this is the comic universe, based off the comic universe, who knows? Maybe in the future, who knows? To be fair, the superhero mantle in superhero movies or comics actually goes past or goes from generation to generation, I suppose. For the most part. But anyway, I forgot to mention the other funny thing. Ant-Man's suit basically screwed up in the movie a lot of times. His belt basically like didn't want to shrink him, or didn't want to make him big or small or the same size. So he became like a 5-year-old child, and a guy is talking, "Hey kid, where are you? Where are you gonna go? Kid, go back to class." And he's like, "Oh fuck." He's running, he's like, "I don't get pain enough." Sorry. 2 seconds. Okay, now I'm back. So Ant-Man basically disguises himself as a child to basically get. I forgot to mention that part as well. He disguises himself as a child to get the old grandma trophy. Yeah, to get the old grandma trophy because he needed to. In the school of his daughter, in his daughter's school, he needed to do that to get the old trophy. Because the old trophy contained the original Ant-Man suit from the first movie, which I actually watched. I actually watched the first Ant-Man movie, so that was really cool. But anyway, I think I did a review of that one. But anyway, he got the original suit because Hank Pym basically said we need to trace back basically when Ghost stole the lab for the first time. She basically stole the lab twice, I think. They stole it back and she stole it the first time. The main villain of the movie basically stole the lab. Actually a portable fucking handbag. Sorry. Actually a portable vad heter det? Resväska. Actually a portable handbag lab giant building. And then the giant lab building became the block of the whole city to stop the main villain from trying to get the main objective. And the main objective of the villain was actually to kill our main protagonist's mentors and / his girlfriend's mother to stabilize her, to stabilize the villain's cells, because the villain's cells were destroying themselves. Type of particles were destroying themselves inside of the body, or the building stones of a human. Yeah, basically the building stones of a human was destroying from. It's basically like this. She was living in between spaces. She could go through walls, basically. So she could basically go through walls anyway. So the movie, I will give it 10 out of 10, no questions asked. Anyway, it was a really funny movie. Secondly, I think the villain is kind of compassionate. She's not super evil. Secondly, she became a weapon of S.H.I.E.L.D. And she actually said to the main protagonist, why she wanted to do what she wanted to do. Because her parents unfortunately died in the first test that Hank Pym and Hank Pym and his best scientist friend did when they wanted to discover the molecular, how should I say that? The microscopic universe, basically. To discover the microscopic universe for the first time, basically. And it failed and tragedy ensued. You cannot make villains unfortunately without tragedy. Unfortunately. Anyway, I really liked the villain. She was kind of compassionate as well, you know. Though she was a douchebag sometimes. And she did some douchebaggery things to Ant-Man in his face. Basically beating the shit out of him. And Wasp at the same time, actually. But our main protagonist, Hank Pym's wife, basically cured her in the movie. Spoiler warning, basically Hank Pym's wife was not dead and they came back safely. And I like the... Damn it, this is a long review, but... It's a long movie, it's a funny movie. But anyway, the last sequences of the movie, the name sequences were kind of funny actually. Sorry. The main sequences of the movie was kind of funny because they were like how should we say that? Models. They were like train models. They were like those old-fashioned train model building thingies. I don't remember how they are called exactly, but it was really good. I actually standed in the movie theater in Spain and waited for the. What was it? The after text to go, or the after credits to go, because the after credits were really fun as well. So I got it. The after credits were really fun to go. They were really funny. Overall, the movie was good. Anyway, overall the movie was good. And I really enjoyed the part where Ant-Man basically was driving around a freaking truck. Like, how should I say that? Like skateboard. He was driving around a truck like a skateboard. And it was really funny how they shrink some stuff. Oh, they even shrink some Hello Kitty stuff as well. And one of the enemy bikers from the type of gang that wanted to attack Wasp in the beginning of the movie, he basically got a Hello Kitty right into his face. A Hello Kitty eating toy thing, where you eat some candy, I think. A candy dispenser, yeah, a candy dispenser. I don't know how basically the henchman committee would say this. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the video. But anyway, if there existed in the Marvel Universe, if there existed a henchman committee, they would be saying, how the fuck did you get ruined your face? And he's like, by a Hello Kitty, by a giant-sized, upshrinked Hello Kitty candy dispenser in my face. And they're like, seriously, dude, I died with dignity. And the other guy like, I got hit by Thor. And the other guy's like, I got hit by Captain America pretty hard, but I'm still fine. You got hit by a candy dispenser? How? I was driving in the bike in the city. The other guy's basically saying it. I was driving a bike in the city, motorbike, and trying to catch them. And then like, a freaking giant Hello Kitty thing came into my face and crashed on me. I luckily survived. My friend Steve didn't. My friend Steven didn't. Or basically my friend Kenny didn't. Damn them! Damn for killing Kenny. Anyway, hope you enjoy. We see you next time. Auf Wiedersehen. The movie was fun.